Greetings YouTube, Dark Swordsman here, and I am back for more Final Fantasy VII. Now last episode we made our way across to Calm, we escaped Midgar, or the Shimmer headquarters rather. We picked up the enemy skill Materia Magic, as well as a new weapon for Barret, and then we started the backstory for Cloud and Sephiroth. Now obviously I cut it off about halfway through, and that's because my video was getting quite long, and on top of that there was nothing relevant towards the walkthrough that needed to be shown, so I ended it where I did, and I've just gone ahead and finished off that bit of the section off camera. And so now we're going to be making our way out of here, but before we do that there is a item to be had here. We need to basically approach it a few times. Eventually Cloud will kick the cabinet and it will drop down and we get a Mega Elixir. So with that done, we can go ahead and make our way out of here. At this point, Barret's going to give us the PHS, which is what allows us to switch between our party members. And we are going to be taking full advantage of that in a bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and make our way out of here. So from here, we're going to be heading down through this little valley here towards the Chocobo Ranch, where we're going to get our hands on a few more enemy skills. And we're also going to be getting our hands on the Chocobo Lure. And on top of that, we're going to be making our way through the mountain cave that leads us to Junon and Fort Condor. So without further ado, let's get on with today's show. Let me see here. Just trying to think what order I want to do things in. I think we'll go for beta first. So let me just do a quick game save here. Now I'm already set up to do this fight. We are probably going to end up with some of our characters dying in this fight. The one thing we do want to do is... no, it's not that one, it's the other one we want. We want to put that onto Cloud. At least I think it's that one. Right. Now, the enemy skill we're going for from this thing is Beta. We need to whittle it down. As we whittle it down, it will increase the chances of him using it. So let's see what else we can do here. We don't want to use fire against it. To use physical attacks. Looks like... ideally we don't want to attack the Cloud if we can help it. Ooh, that did some damage. I might have to attack a little bit. We need to make sure we're keeping Cloud on full health at all times. Which, right now, obviously he's taken some damage, so we're going to need to heal that up. So we'll go ahead and do that now. And the way we want to survive the beta attack is we basically need to have a fire magic spell attached or paired up with a elemental material, which is what I've got set up currently. And then to reduce it just that little bit more, we also will have sadness put on. by having sadness put on, it will also make the damage a bit more manageable. Damn, I was taking damage again. Let me just heal that up a second. Hopefully he should look at using it sooner, I think. I find usually that he tends to use beta once you get him down to just below a grand's worth of health, maybe slightly lower. Or at least that's what I've found anyway. Why does he keep picking on Cloud? It's really irritating. Is this really how it's going to go for the rest of the fight? I mean, I suppose essentially I could put God mode on as well to try and help. And that's game over for this fight, because he's gone and flicked the wrong person out. So what we're going to do is we're going to retreat. At least I'm going to try and retreat. There we go. If the person with the enemy skill materia gets flicked out of the battle, you might as well start again, because at that point, you know, it's game over. Which is really annoying, I have to admit, but it is what it is. Now I know this thing has about 4k of hit points, so it does take a little bit of time to whittle him down, unfortunately. Try and get his health bar down as fast as I can. I'm going to ease off on Cloud's limit break for a minute. Oh, and there goes Tifa. Well, that's good, that means we've got a chance. Come on, use it. There we go. Probably going to lose Aerith now, but because we've got the fire elemental and stuff on, we're just about, yeah, there we go, we've survived it. Alright, we can go ahead now and finish the job. Wow, he doesn't want to die, does he? My god, just drop already. Bloody Nora. Well, he's proving to be a bit of a pain in the bum. There we go. And we got Beta, which is probably one of the most powerful enemy skills in the game in my opinion. Okay, let's get off this track a minute, because that thing will keep respawning, unfortunately. What we'll do now is we'll just quickly save our game again here, now that we've got that enemy skill. Later on it'll be a lot easier to get hold of for the other enemy skill materials, but for now... right, so... next we're going to head over... roughly around here is where we want to be. And we're looking for... that is not the creature we're looking for, so we'll go ahead and just do away with those. We are looking for the creatures sort of half buried in the ground. There they are, that's the one we want. Just get rid of this guy here a second. And now we wait. There it is, level 4 suicide. Got it. So there's our level 4 suicide enemy skill. And we needed the level 4 suicide ability in order to get the next enemy skill that we're going for, which is the chuckle buckle. So now we're going to go ahead and make our way over to the Chocobo Ranch, and I really should turn my encounters off. There we go. Alright, let me just take my 3x speed off for a minute. If we approach these chocobos and we say, I think it's the bottom one? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, if we go, oh no, maybe not, it must be the top one then. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, if you go for the top option, you'll get the chocobos to do a little dance for you, and you'll get an extra item as well, I believe. Well, I say an extra item, it's a summoning materia, but you get the idea. I learnt this one off a Fuzzfinger actually, as it happens. There we go, Choco Mog materia. Alright then. So now we're going to go ahead and make our way around here. Whoops. And into here. And we want to talk to... where is he? There he is. This guy here, Choco Billy. And once we get through his dialogue, we'll get given these different options. Go for the bottom one. He'll ask us for 2,000 gil, which in my opinion is daylight bloody robbery for a materia, but it is what it is. And we also want to purchase a couple of these. Oof, they are expensive. I'll grab just 2 of them for now. I'm going to be making all my money back soon at any rate, but that's besides the point. Right. Let's just make our way out of here. And now I'll take my enemy encounters off. And we're looking for these chocobo tracks just outside the chocobo ranch here. And on top of that, we are also looking for a specific chocobo, which I'm going to point out when we find it. That is not what we were after. That's not the one we're looking for. Why is it only giving me normal encounters? It should be giving... Oh, I know why. Such a doofus. Oh, hang on. Controller's died on me, folks. 1 second. Controller switch. Okay, so I have had a little bit of a boomer moment here. Because I forgot to put this one on. The chocobo lure. Because I'm an absolute twit. Okay, right, let's try that again, shall we? Now that I've actually got the item on that I need, as Fuzzfinger would say, I had a boomer moment. That is not the chocobo we are looking for, because it's not accompanied by the right things. So we'll continue searching. That is the chocobo we are looking for. So what we want to do is, if I can find it, I should really have put this to the top of my inventory. I'm such a twit. There we go. So what we want to do is we want to give the mimic greens to the chocobo, and this will stop the chocobo from running off. And then what we want to do is we want to use level 4 suicide. When this elephant thingy is done with his move. There we go. Now he'll use Choco Buckle on us. The chocobo unfortunately is going to run off. But that's fine, we can use any chocobo we want to. Yeah, there we go, he's running off. Alright, I'll just go ahead and finish this one off. And then like I said, we can use any chocobo we want to get across the gorge, or swamp, whatever you want to call it, to get to the mountainside. I mean, essentially we could battle our way past that snake serpent thingy, but it'd be a lot easier to just run across with a chocobo. Alright. Let's get ourselves another chocobo now to capture. That'll do nicely. Just in case. Oh no, we killed it with the fire attack, it's fine. So you have to be quick when it comes to catching the chocobos because they do run away. Okay, so with our chocobo then, we're going to go ahead and run across here. As the serpent can no longer keep up. Off you go, little chocobo, you've done your job. Now we have ourselves a little cutscene. where we'll find one of those serpent things has been, well, put on a spike is the only way I can describe it. But then I'm not surprised that Sethrop has the ability to do that. Alright, so we're going to make our way into this cave now. And there's a few bits of loot we can get. And there's also a little spot that I want to show you guys as well, where you can get your limit breaks sorted nice and quickly if you choose to. I will probably do this off camera myself, but I'm going to show you it nonetheless. So there's that one. I forgot I was still in God mode. I should really turn that off. Though I will be using God mode for the limit break grinding. So there's a tent. There's that one. That was not the limit break I was looking for. Now you're probably wondering why I'm not using beta, and the reason I'm not using beta is because the flyer that's in the back, that one is, if we used beta on it, it would heal it rather than kill it. Now this particular mob we actually wanted to fight because we can steal a weapon for Tifa from it, which we're going to go ahead and try and do now. And of course the game is continuing to be an absolute pain on the stealing front. But we'll keep at it. Oh my god, the game's being an absolute ass. I don't know why, on this playthrough the game really is being resilient with the stealing. It's really quite frustrating actually. This is getting a little bit frustrating now, I have to admit. It shouldn't be taking this long to steal a weapon off of a low level mob. Seriously? Neither one of them can steal it? Come on. Ridiculous. One of them should have had it by now. There we go, the Grand Glove. Alright, we can go ahead and take these guys out now. In fact, I could demonstrate the beta enemy skill for you guys. There we go, both of them annihilated in one go. And also, I meant to point out, we also would have got an enemy skill in here as well. We've already got it, because I got it while I wasn't paying attention. But the flyer that was in the back, and that other set of mobs that we fought, that enemy has the enemy skill flamethrower, which we have already got now because it's already given it us. While I was too busy explaining a few other bits and pieces. But yeah, if you haven't already got the flamethrower enemy skill, then you're going to want to go up against that as well. And as we come through to the exit, we end up in another encounter with none other than the Turks, as per usual. And here's to sing. See, in the remake version, we haven't come across either of those two yet. We've only come up against Rude and Reno, so I'll be interested to see what comes up next. Now you know we're not going to do that. Why would you think we would do that, you silly goose? Of course we're going to get in your way. It's what we do. Anyway, moving on. So, we've got Elixir here, and then just over here, the High Potion. Now, this is generally where I tend to grind for my limit breaks. So let me just go into God mode and 3 times speed. And the reason I picked this spot is because it's a guaranteed spawn of up to 5 enemies a time. And when it comes to this group of enemies, we can simply just do this, and it will wipe out all 5 of them in one go. Now the reason why this is useful is because the way the overdrives works is, let me just get through this a second. So let's go on to Clouds, for instance. So obviously you start off with Braver, and you have to use Braver a certain amount of times to unlock the Cross Slash. But when you've unlocked Cross Slash, in order to get to the next level, which in this case is Blade Beam, we have to have killed a certain amount of enemies. In Cloud's case, I think it's 120, which is downright annoying. Which is why this spot comes in handy, because you're killing 5 enemies at a time, so you're soon stacking it up. And then once you have unlocked Blade Beam, you would then have to use Blade Beam a total, I think it's about 6 times, maybe 7, and that will unlock the Climazard ability. And then once again you have to rinse and repeat again, killing another 120 enemies with Cloud in order to unlock the next one, which is the first of the level 3s. I believe Tifa you have to kill, I think it's 60 to 80 enemies at times, so hers isn't too bad. I think Cloud's is the worst out of all of them. Aerith I think is quite a small amount because we only have her for a short period of time, so they cut it down to size. But yeah, I will deal with all of that off camera. I'm not going to bore you with that, so I'm going to go ahead here and make my way out through here. And to finish off the episode, in fact, where are we at episode 1? So we are at 30 minutes. That should just be enough time if the game wants to play nice. So to finish off, and I'll keep myself in God mode for this just to make things easier, we're going to try and find ourselves a bonus character, the first of 2, and that is Yuffie. Now these guys are very useful because you can steal ethers off of them, and we also stole the boomerang weapon for Yuffie. Yeah, they have a good supply of ethers. Although it looks like the game's going to be an absolute pain in the keister. That's a boomerang. That's not an ether. I thought it was these ones that Red set up the ethers on. Oh, this one's being an absolute... Nope, that's another boomerang. Alright, let's go ahead and kill it. We're going to run from these for now then. I'll find out which mob it is off camera, and I'll show you guys next episode which one it is for the ethers, but there is one around here that gives off the ethers. I'm just not sure which one. Oh, it's these guys that give off the ethers. I'm going to go ahead and kill these guys off because they're against the clock a little bit, but I want to show you guys one last little thing. So I'll go ahead and kill it, and I'll farm for the ethers off camera. There is a reason why we want to farm for the ethers, and that is because They sell for quite a bit, and we need money for Fort Condor in order to win the Fort Condor battles. So that is not Yuffie, so you can go away. Okay, I'm going to pause the recording here a second while I just try and find Yuffie, and I'll be back with you very shortly. Otherwise this video is going to go for a lot longer than I planned. Okay, so I've now managed to find Yuffie, and we're going to go ahead now and defeat her. I've stayed in God mode to speed the fight up a little bit because we're already at the 35-minute mark. So once we defeat her, we're going to end up in this little cutscene here, and we need to answer correctly in order to get her. So we want to go with I believe it was the bottom one. Yeah. So we want not interested. She will then respond with thinking of running away. Stay and fight, I said. So then we talk to her again. And yep, we are petrified. Then we want wait a sec. And then we want yep, that's right. And then we want let's hurry. Do not ask her what her name is because she'll tell you what her name is in a moment. There we go. We now have Yuffie. Also, another thing to note, do not use the save point. It will screw you over. Okay, with that, I'm going to actually end the episode here. So if you've liked what you've seen, then let me know in the comments section. Hit that like button. And I'll see you next episode, where we're going to begin taking on Fort Condor. Take care, folks.